already we studied group 15th elements. Okay, so next group 16th elements, preparations of dioxygen. Okay, dioxygen, this is O2. Okay, how the O2 is prepared by laboratory method as well as the industrial method. Okay, first one, by heating oxygen containing salt such as chlorates or nitrates or permanganates. Okay, so chlorates means what is the formula? ClO3. So potassium chloride. Okay, nitrate means potassium nitrate, KNO3. Okay, and permanganate means KMnO4. Okay, right. So here we have to take potassium chlorate in the presence of a suitable catalyst like manganese dioxide. Heating, we can get dioxygen. Okay, KCl as well as the dioxygen. Okay, this is one method. The second one method is thermal decomposition of oxides of metals. So it has to be in the electrochemical lower series. Okay, and also the higher oxides of some metals. Here Ag2O means silver oxide. Okay, so decomposing, thermal decomposed to give, reduced to give silver and dioxygen, and HgO means mercury oxide, reduced to give mercury and O2 dioxygen. Bb3O4 means lead tetraoxide. Okay, lead tetraoxide, so gives lead oxide plus dioxygen, and lead oxide, BbO2 means lead oxide, to give lead oxide plus lead dioxide, reduced to give lead oxide plus dioxygen. Okay, this is for another one method. And the third method is the hydrogen peroxide is readily decomposed into water as well as dioxygen. So in the suitable catalyst, okay, the catalyst used for finely divided metals or else manganese dioxide. Okay, so in the suitable catalyst, manganese dioxides are finely divided metals like iron, immediately zinc. So immediately that hydrogen peroxide to give water as well as the dioxygen. Okay, so this is for your laboratory preparations. Suppose the large scale industrially, dioxygen is obtained by prepared from water and air. Okay, so here the dioxygen is obtained from electrolysis of water. H2 is released as cathode and O2 is released on the anode. Okay, and also the air it contains other gases also present. So removal of first removal of carbon dioxide, then water vapor, after that distillate, fractional distillate. Fractional distillate means according to, due to the boiling point, it will distillate one by one. Okay, so droplet like we can get dinitrogen as well as the dioxygen. Okay, students, these are the methods we prepared dioxygen gas. Okay, next we will see properties of dioxygen gas. Properties of dioxygen. Okay, see here, it is a colorless gas and odorless gas. Okay, some of the reactions of O2 with metals and non-metals and other compounds, because the dioxygens react metals and non-metals and other compounds also. Here this calcium react with oxygen to form calcium oxide. CaO means calcium oxide. Aluminium react with oxygen dioxygen to form aluminium trioxide. Okay, Al2O3 means aluminium trioxide. Okay, non-metals, phosphorus is a kind of non-metal and carbon is a kind of non-metal. So non-metal like white phosphorus react with dioxygen to form P4O10 means phosphorus pentoxide. Okay, P2O5 means phosphorus trioxide, here phosphorus pentoxide. Okay, and carbon react with dioxygen to form carbon dioxide. Okay, and the dioxygen react with other compounds like Zn means what? Zinc blend. Already we studied now for isolation of elements. Okay, zinc blend in the presence of the dioxygen to form zinc oxide and 2SO2. This is roasting of zinc blend reactions. Okay, right? The same, the CH4 means methane. Methane react with dioxygen to form carbon dioxide and water. Okay, this is combustion of methane. Okay, so these are the properties. So dioxygen react metals, non-metals and other compounds also. Okay, the question from properties, the first question is O2 is paramagnetic, explain. Okay, so para means it is a unpaid electrons. Okay, dia means it is a paid electron, para means unpaid electrons. Okay, here dioxygen, it contains even number of electrons, so it is because of the presence of two unpaid electrons in the antibonding pi star, that is pi 2px, pi star 2px and pi star 2py in the molecular orbital of O2. Okay, so that the presence of to the unpaid electrons, it shows that it is a good paramagnetic conditions. Okay, right. The second question already studied in your 11th standard for MO theory. Okay, so ground state to excited state போகிறப்ப நமக்கு என்ன கிடைக்குது, unpaid electron, ரெண்டு unpaid electrons வந்து எதில் இருக்கு, pi star antibonding bonding and the excited state, that is a antibonding pi star 2px and pi star 2py, you studied, no? So that it represent, it is the paramagnetic. Okay, right. The question number 2 is explain how oxygen act as a vital support for aquatic and marine life. Okay, so it is because sufficiently soluble in water. For example, 3.08 centimeter cube in 100 centimeter cube. Okay, 100 centimeter cube. Okay, so at 293 Kelvin. Okay, so easily soluble in water, so that only it is vital support for aquatic and the marine life also. Okay, right. And the third question is which of the following does not react with O2 directly. Okay, here zinc, tellurium and platinum and iron. Okay, so we studied, we knew that it react with metals and non-metals. It does not react with noble metals like silver and platinum. Okay, silver and platinum and iron also. Okay, gold. Okay, these are the noble metals. So dioxygen does not react. Okay, so here the answer is platinum is a noble metal, so O2 does not react with noble metal like platinum. Okay, this is a 1 mark questions. Okay, that's all. And uses. Okay, uses for dioxygen. So it is importance in our normal respirations and combustion process, and also it is the widely used in oxyacetylene welding purpose. Okay, so welding means to connecting the metals. Okay, right. And in the manufacture of many metals, particularly for steel manufacturing companies, and oxygen cylinders also widely used for hospitals. Then high altitude flying and mountaineering, they carry the oxygen cylinder, no? So and the hydrogens in liquid oxygens to provide tremendous thrust in rockets. அதாவது லிக்யூட் ப்ரொப்பலண்ட்டாக அது ஆக்சிஜன் இந்த வந்து யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. ஓகே, listen. So next one, ozone. Okay, the formula for ozone is O3. Okay, ozone is an allotrophic form of oxygen. What are the allotrophic form? That is different kinds of allotropes. Ozone is a kind of allotrophic form. Okay, so the ozone layer protects the earth surface from an excessive concentration of UV radiations. UV radiation la irundhu enna cheyudhu nammala protect pannudhu. So this is a major role. Okay, right. And the preparations, when a slow dry stream of oxygen is passed through a silent electrical discharge, the conversion of O2 to O3 only 10% occurs. Okay, so because the silent, why we can use silent electrical discharge means, that is a tube like. Okay, so the electrical discharge tube like. So here it is the slow dry stream of oxygen continuously passing. Okay, so that time the oxygen is converted to produce ozone, okay, ozonized oxygen, okay. So that time the enthalpy of change is plus 142 kilojoule per mole. So this is a endothermic reactions, okay. The condition is the discharge to be, it is in a silent electrical discharge conversion. Otherwise easily it undergoes decomposed, okay. Decomposition reactions decompose aichu abinona we cannot get the ozone, okay. So that only we used silent electrical discharge, okay, right. So this is one condition for one more question. Then properties. So in gaseous form it is a pale blue color, in the liquid form it is a dark blue color, at the same time solid it is a violet in color, okay. So the ozone is a characteristic ozonized smell and it is a harmless gas, okay. And in the question from properties, explain low ozone act as a powerful oxidizing agent. Very very important one more question, because it is readily decomposes to release nascent oxygen. Use these key points. Nascent, nascent oxygen means atomic oxygen, okay. So O3 decomposed to produce O2 dioxygen plus nascent oxygen. So this nascent oxygen to bring about the oxidation reactions, that time this atomic oxygen would be a highly reactive, okay. So that the release of nascent oxygen is a oxidation, it is used for bleaching purpose, okay, for textile industries, okay, right. So that the ozone is a powerful oxidizing agent, okay. So this is your nascent oxygen key points, you have to write and get your marks, okay. Another one question is, ozone is thermodynamically unstable with respect to oxygen. Justify this statement with the help of following equations, okay. So the conversion takes place. So here oxygen gives ozone and ozone is converted to give the oxygen, okay, right. So this reaction, oxygen is converted to produce ozone, that time the delta H means enthalpy change is positive, that is endothermic in nature. At the same time the ozone is converted to oxygen, dioxygen, the enthalpy change would be a negative sign, that is 142 kilojoule per mole, okay. See children, this is with respect to oxygen, okay. So that only it is a thermodynamically unstable, okay. So here you see the delta H according to Gibbs free energy change, delta H of the reaction is negative and the entropy delta is the entropy is increasing, that would be a positive, and increasing temperature, so completely delta G not, the delta G is negative, okay. So that process would be a spontaneous in nature, okay. So it has a tendency to move in forward reactions. So all the conditions that particular reactions that takes place, the forward reactions, so favor forward reactions to take favor. So ozone is thermodynamically unstable with respect to oxygen, okay. So these are the points you have to, the condition is, it is the first, the conversion of ozone dioxygen to ozone, it is a positive in manner. At the same time ozone to dioxygen, it is a negative because of the Gibbs free energy change, delta G naught, it is a negative. This is delta H means enthalpy change is negative for a particular process, delta H is negative, and in the increase in temperature, delta S entropy change would be positive, that time the delta G is negative. If delta G is negative, the process would be a spontaneity, it is a feasible one, okay, right. How supersonic jet planes are responsible for the depletion of ozone layer, okay. So because the nitrogen oxide emitted from the exhaust systems of these planes, so the releasing of this nitrogen oxides easily rapidly combined with ozone கூட என்ன செய்யுது, அந்த சூப்பர் அந்த சோனிக் அந்த ஏரோப்ளேன்ல இருந்து வரக்கூடிய அந்த NO கேஸ் வந்து என்ன செய்யுது அப்படின்னா, நைட்ரஜன் ஆக்சைடு, அந்த ஆக்சைடு கேஸ் வந்து ஈஸியாக வந்து என்ன செய்யுது, ஓசோன் கூட ரியாக்ட் பண்ணதுனால ஸோ த கன்வர்ஷன்ஸ் டேக்ஸ் பிளேஸ் NO2 கேஸ் அட்மாஸ்பியரில் வந்து என்ன செய்யுது, ஓவராக வந்து நைட்ரஜன் டை ஆக்சைடு கேஸ் வந்து என்ன செய்யுது, ஸ்ப்ரெட் ஆகுது. ஸோ தேட் கேஸஸ் வந்து என்ன செய்யுது, இட் டிப்ளேட் த ஓசோன் லேயர். ஓகே, so that it because of nitrogen oxide emitted from the exhaust systems of these planes combine very rapidly with ozone and hence the depletion takes place. Okay, so this is one question. And how is O3 estimated quantitatively? Quantitatively means titration part. Okay, எப்படி வந்து ஓசோனை வந்து என்ன செய்கிறாங்க, எஸ்டிமேட் பண்ணுறாங்க through titration, because we know that qualitative analysis and quantitative. Qualitative means for salt analysis, okay, color of the salt, soluble of the salt, like that. So here the quantity, how much amount can be determined using quantitatively. Okay, so here when ozone react with an excess potassium iodide solution buffered with a borate buffer, its a pH is 9.2, that time the iodine is liberated, so which the iodine gas is titrated against standardized solution of sodium thiosulfate. Okay, sodium thiosulfate கூட react பண்ணும்போது, so how much the ozone, the O3 is estimated by this method. Okay, இதில் என்ன நடக்கு அப்படின்னு சொன்னோன்னா, பொட்டாசியம் அயோடைடு சொல்யூஷனோட ஃபஸ்ட்டு வந்து செய்னாங்க, O3 வந்து என்ன செய்யுது, O2வையும் ஆக்சிஜன், நேசன்ட் ஆக்சிஜன். ஸோ அந்த நேசன்ட் ஆக்சிஜன் வந்து என்னது, ஆக்சிடைசிங் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி, ஹைலி ரியாக்டிவாக இருக்கும். அப்போ அதை வந்து பொட்டாசியம் அயோடைட் கூட சொல்யூஷன் கூட ரியாக்ட் பண்ணுறாங்க. பஃபர் சொல்யூஷனோட இது வந்து ஆல்ரெடி யூ ஸ்டடிட் 11th standard. பஃபர் சொல்யூஷன் used for to make a to resist the pH of the solution. When acid or alkali we have to add, so the pH is maintained. Okay, so that only we can use this buffer solution. அப்போ அயோடின் கேஸ் வந்து என்னது, சோடியம், ஸ்டாண்டர்டைஸ்டு சோடியம் தயோசல்ஃபேட் கூட ரியாக்ட் பண்ணும்போது நமக்கு வந்து எவ்வளோ அமௌண்ட் ஓசோன் வந்து நமக்கு அப்படிங்கிற எஸ்டிமேட் பண்ணலாம். we can estimate easily through this titration method. Okay, right. So the overall, and another one question also, possibilities, how ozone O2 is paramagnetic and O3 is the diamagnetic. For MO theory, according to your MO concept, O2 is the even electron configurations, and just now we studied, completed. Okay, so two unpaired electrons are present, so it is a paramagnetic. But O3 is a, according to MOT theory, it is a diamagnetic. This and all one question. After that, the uses is, it is used as a germicide, disinfectant and sterilizing water. So mainly இப்போ நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்க RO வாட்டரில் எல்லாமே வந்து என்னது, இது this is used. Okay, and bleaching oils, ivory and flour and starch. கலர் வந்து ஒயிட்டின் கலராக ஈஸியாக ப்ளீச்சிங் ஏஜெண்ட்டாக இதை யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. அதனால் இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நம்ம வந்து இந்த ஸ்டார்ச்னால் நிறைய அந்த ஃப்ளார்லாம் வந்து எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா கலர்லெஸ்ஸாக இருக்கும், ஒயிட்டின் கலரில் இருக்கும். அந்த மாதிரி இதுக்கெல்லாம் எது யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்கன்னா, இது வந்து ஒரு குட் ப்ளீச்சராக இருக்கிறதுனால அந்த கலர் எல்லாத்தையும் என்ன செஞ்சிடும், அதை வந்து எடுத்து விட்ரும். அதை தான் வந்து நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணக்கூடிய சுகர் கூட சொல்லலாம், நல்ல ஒரு ஒயிட்டில் இருக்குல்ல. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி ப்ளீச்சிங், it is used for good bleaching. Okay, so due to the release of nascent atom, okay, nascent oxygen. Okay, so act as an oxidizing agent in the manufacture of KMNO4. So it is a good oxidizing agent, so that we are going to do for our titration part, redox titrations. Okay, oxidizing agent for this is O3 is act as a good oxidizing agent. Okay, so these are the questions from your the ozone topic. Okay students, study and keep it in your mind.